August 4th, 2020, a regular day in Lebanon's capital city, Beirut. People having their coffee, snoozing around. Suddenly, they spot a trail of smoke rising over the port area of the city. Suspecting a minor fire breakout, curious people started moving towards the fire to get a better view. Some of them even started capturing the rising smokes in their mobile cameras. The event seemed pretty harmless until a second blast, the size of a nuclear bomb. The mere shockwave was so strong it knocked off everyone in the radius of 15 kilometers, shattering the windows, rooftops, uprooting the trees, toppling buildings like dominoes. The blast was described as the most explosive non-nuclear blast in the history. The blast was heard in Cyprus, more than 250 kilometers away, and tremors were felt in Turkey, Syria, Israel, and many parts of Europe. With the news and the video going viral over the internet, people had one question: what really happened? How can such a massive blast take place in the middle of a city? Well, let's find out today. To understand the roots of catastrophe in Beirut, let's go back 7 years in time. September 2013, a cargo ship named Rosses took off from the port of Putami in Georgia. The ship was destined for Mozambique in East Africa. The current route of the ship would take it from Black Sea to Mediterranean Sea, and then through Suez Canal it would eventually enter Arabian Sea. The ship was leased by Igor Gresheskin, a Russian businessman living in Cyprus. He had been paid $1 million to transport the high-density ammonium nitrate to the port of Beira in Mozambique. However, he wasn't really making many profits through the ship and was trailed by debts. As the ship neared its pass through Suez Canal, Gresheskin telephoned Captain Prokofiev and told him that he didn't have enough money to pay for the passage through Suez Canal. So he decided to reroute the ship to Lebanon and earn some extra cash by taking on an additional cargo of heavy machinery. In November 2013, the ship made it to the port of Beirut. However, upon their arrival, the captain got to know that the heavy machinery would not fit inside the ship as it was too old for the machines to fit inside. Amid all this drama, dock officials carried out their inspection and found out that the ship had a small hole in its hull, which meant the water had to be pumped out constantly. Dock officials deemed the ship as unseaworthy and they denied the permission to go back into the waters. The ship remained docked, which kept the port docking charges increasing every day. Already suffering from financial crunch, Gracious Queen failed to pay the port fees, and eventually the port authorities impounded the ship. Out of 10, 6 of the crew members were allowed to go home, but the Lebanese officials forced the captain Prokofiev and other 3 Ukrainian crew members to remain on board until the debt issue was resolved. Interestingly, the Lebanese immigration restrictions prevented the crew from leaving the ship, so they struggled to obtain food and other supplies. Feeling the pity, the port officials provided them with the food and other basic supplies, but they did not show any concern about the ship's dangerous cargo. They had only one concern: their pending docking charges. Increasingly desperate, Mr. Prokofiev sold some of the ship's fuel and used the funds to hire a legal team. Subsequently, in August 2014, a Lebanese judge ordered the release of the crew on compassionate grounds, and the crew finally found their passage back to Ukraine. Reportedly, the law firm that Prokofiev had hired also warned the Lebanese authorities that the ship was in danger of sinking or blowing up at any moment. The crew's departure left the Lebanese authorities in charge of ship's deadly cargo, which was moved to a nearby facility known as Hangar 12. A huge mistake. So you must be wondering what really was on the board Rosas that made it so deadly. It was ammonium nitrate. But not just that, it was 2,750 tons of high density ammonium nitrate of the explosive grade. It is used to produce explosive for mining and construction. Sales of ammonium nitrate are regulated in the United States, and many European countries require it to be mixed with other substances to make it less potent. The deadly cargo on board Rosas was purchased by a firm based in Mozambique, Fabrica de Explosive de Mozambique. The firm was a manufacturer of explosives. Taking the situation seriously, the general manager of Beirut Port, Hassan Koraitam, wrote a letter to Lebanon's court to have the volatile material moved, but he got nothing in response. A Lebanese lawmaker, Salim Aoun, claimed that the custom officials wrote to the Lebanese court at least 6 times from 2014 to 2017, seeking the guidance on how to dispose the ammonium nitrate. Yet again, No response. The custom officials even proposed a number of solutions, including donating the ammonium nitrate to the Lebanese army or selling it to the privately owned Lebanese explosive companies. Reportedly, the custom officers were told by the government that the cargo will be sold off in an auction. Sadly, the auction never happened. Surprise. Fast forward to present day, a small fire sets off near the dock, which seemed controllable, but with the winds, the fire somehow reached Hangar 12, and boom, highly volatile ammonium nitrate set off an explosion equivalent to 1,800 tons of TNT, giving rise to the mushroom clouds, which were seen from miles away. On Wednesday, we witnessed a bleak tale of how a ship embroiled in financial and diplomatic dispute, abandoned by its owner, legal battles, financial wrangling, and apparently chronic negligence, set the stage for a horrific accident that devastated one of Middle East's most fondly regarded cities. Following the events on August 14, the entire government of Lebanon resigned, taking full responsibility of the disaster that could have been easily avoided. Nearly 200 people have lost their lives and over 7,000 left with injuries. With this, we pray for the Lebanon and Lebanese people.